Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. Through 2 preseason games, we're excited about really where we're at as a team. We have a lot of work to do. This is a big week for us, just kind of operationally being on the road, night game, roster cuts are Tuesday, and we play the last game of any team. So we're cognizant of that with the injury situations. It's going to be a challenge for us, but we're excited about it.
Can you walk us through the process? We heard a little bit on the preseason broadcast, but can you walk us through the process when it came to Matthew and the decision to part ways with him?
Yeah, like I said on the broadcast, all these decisions are difficult. We have to weigh now, the future, what's best for the team, what's best for the player, and it was something that we just felt organizationally and for Matthew was probably the best for both parties.
How sudden was that? Was that something that came up at the last minute, or was that something that had been ongoing for a while?
Teams had been calling to check in. He had voiced a little bit of displeasure with his contract at different times. So whenever that happens, teams always check in on players. And so it was just kind of something that came to fruition there at the end.
Eliot, back in April, we asked you if the roster was in the position to support a rookie quarterback. And at that time, you said you thought it could. Do you still feel that way? And is there any concern now about the offensive line?
Well, we're concerned about every position. We're always looking to improve and get things good. So whoever the quarterback is, it's not like if Jacoby's the quarterback, we just want to throw him to the wolves. So we're excited about our offensive line group. We're still working to find that the correct combination in there, and I think we have the pieces in place to be able to compete.
So you're confident that you can support any quarterback with the pieces you have in place?
Yes.
Eliot, sort of related to that, Judon indicated, actually he said, that part of the reason Drake only played 6 snaps in the first preseason game was because of the state of the offensive line. Isn't that an indictment on what you've done going into this season at those positions? You went in saying a core 4 was going to be your left tackle, Owenu was the best tackle in free agency, Wallace would play left tackle. Not a lot of that stuff has happened.
Which one of those hasn't happened?
Well, we didn't see Michael Owenu at right tackle until yesterday.
Yeah,
and
so...
hasn't played left tackle in pads.
Gotcha. So, yeah, Okorafor has taken reps on both sides. Onwenu took some reps at tackle yesterday. Again, I think we're just trying to find the right combination. We feel confident in all these players, and we're just working to find the best group rather than the best 5 individuals.
Go ahead, Mike.
What does that free agent market look like? And is that something you're interested in at offensive line?
The free agent market,
the players that are
currently
available now, yeah.
Again, we're pretty comfortable with our group right now. Obviously, we're going to look to upgrade on the offensive line or at any position if we feel like we can. But I think we gave up 1 sack the other night. Again, it was Philly's 2s, but it was an improvement to the practice on Tuesday. So again, we're just looking to see how these guys respond to the adverse situations.
Do you envision yourself carrying 4 quarterbacks?
Those are conversations that we'll have moving forward. I think we're going to try to carry the best 53, whoever those guys are.
Eliot, history shows that on cutdown day, there are some good football players from talented teams that are released, especially along the line. The fact you picked 3rd, how much of an advantage is it, and we take advantage of that, pick to have the 3rd pick coming around?
Yeah, absolutely. Our scouting department right now is all they're doing is just grinding through the preseason film, watching players, talking to other teams, see who might become available. Having the 3rd claim spot is a good advantage, and we'll be aggressive, I think.
I was reporting that you guys ended your pursuit of Brandon Aiyuk. What went into that decision, and how would you describe the negotiation?
What went into the decision to
stop pursuing him?
Yeah, just kind of a feel. It was sort of a situation where he's still in San Francisco, and that hasn't been worked out from their standpoint yet. But we just felt organizationally, our young receivers had a really good week, and they're continuing to progress. So we're excited about those guys.
Have you fully closed the door on trading for Brandon Aiyuk?
Yes, at this point.
Eliot, tell us what you've seen from Drake Maye from the start of training camp until now.
Yeah, Drake, it was good to see him get in there the other night. It was really good to see how calm and collected he was. He got, headbutted at one point by Nolan Smith and, kind of made a nice play on that one. But he's steadily improved. He's just kind of put his head down and worked. He's a great teammate. And we're kind of excited to see where his development can go.
The million-dollar question: how close do you think he is to playing?
We'll have to see. Again, he didn't get a lot of snaps, like Greg said in the first game, and he did pretty well in his snaps the other night. And it's all about building on those successes and kind of seeing where it goes.
Eliot, you've been around young quarterbacks who are trying to make their way into the league. At times it looks like, I don't know, maybe he's over-processing, overthinking. We've seen a lot of double clutching. Is that just, in your view, part of the process of being a 21-year-old quarterback learning a new system?
Yeah, I mean, Drake's very conscientious. He takes all the coaching points. He's trying to do everything perfect, and it was really nice to see him the other night kind of go out there and just kind of play ball rather than trying to think about those things.
Did CJ Stroud make it difficult for you guys with patience shown to these quarterbacks?
Yeah, I mean, kind of if you go look at it, like CJ Stroud was sort of the anomaly in that regard, but again, it's not about one person or one player. It's about where the offense is and where Jacoby is and where the team is, and so we're just kind of focused on that.
Eliot, Judon told us that he sees a dramatic drop off from the top offensive line to the second and third string units as far as knowing what to do. First of all, do you agree with that, and how could you remedy that, if at all, from the front office?
Again, I think just creating competition. I think our second offensive line, again, they're moving around a lot. There's a lot of pieces. We had a couple guys out yesterday, so the pieces were moving even more. So, again, I just think it's about developing that consistency. And it's less about an individual not knowing what to do, but it's more about having trust in the guy next to you. And just kind of, like, if you trust the guy next to you, it's easier for you to do your job.
You mentioned that when teams know there's a contract situation, they generally check in if they're interested. Without getting into specifics beyond Aiyuk, have you guys checked in on other receiver situations?
We make calls on all positions, on all players that we think might be able to help us, and sometimes it's just to try to gather information from other clubs and kind of see what they're thinking about their own roster.
Eliot, was there not a bridge to gap with Matthew Judon? I mean, you guys were able to do new contracts with a lot of other guys. Was there no middle ground with him?
Again, I told you guys in February, I'm not going to get into any contract type stuff here. That's between us, the player, and the agent.
Eliot, when it comes to Vidarian Lowe, what is it that gives you confidence in him as a top left tackle? And have you always viewed him as a potential starter, or is that more of a development that happened this season?
You're asking about Lowe. Sorry, I missed the start. Yeah, Vidarian's done a really nice job. He's steadily improved. We said it last year, like if he could just learn to, he has really good length to get his hands out, then he would have a chance to ascend to that starter level. And he's really started to do that this year, and it's been impressive to watch him progress, and we're excited to continue working with him.
Thank you, Eliot.
Thanks, Seth.
Thank you.